In this video, I am going to show you how to create tables in Latex. And some get scared of coding and programming, but as you can see that the code for creating tables is very simple. And I am going to explain various components of a table, and then I will also show you a very easy method to get this code from a website. You can also do that, which is not recommendable because you should learn how to create tables, and this is the purpose of this video, but I will show you the easiest method by using a website at the end of this video. So let us first see how to create a table. If you are a Latex user, you might know that when we use Latex, we normally add some packages with \use package command. But for creating Latex, you even don't need any package. As you can see that I am not using any package. I only have a title of this document with this \title command. Then I am starting my document, begin document. Then I am creating this title with make title command, and then this is my first table. A table starts with \begin table command, and then inside these square brackets we have few characters, few letters written. H, T and exclamation mark. These are called float specifiers, and I am going to explain this in a minute. Then we have caption of the table, which is written at the top like this. This is table caption. Normally we put this at the top, but sometimes you have to put this at the bottom when there is a requirement by the editor of the book or any paper if you are writing a research paper. Then we have this begin tabular and end tabular commands which create this rows and columns, and then we write whatever we want to write in various cells. For example, in this cell I have A, B and C. Here I have A, B and C, but separated with ampersand. So ampersand means that now the next column is starting. Now after the begin tabular, as you can see, I have L, C and R. So these are also three characters, and these characters represent how I want to align my entries in these cells. For example, in first column, I want to left align. So I am writing L here. L means align the first column cells left justified. C means that align the second column cells at center. And R means align the third column cells on the right. As you can see that this C is on the right, this B is in the center, and this A is on the left. Similarly, the second row have two characters, the third row has three characters, but as you can see that all this first column is left aligned, second column is centered, and the third column is right aligned. Now if you want to put lines between these columns, then look at table 2. In table 2, I have put a pipe character in between these column characters. So this pipe character, which is highlighted here, is putting a line between columns. In table number 3, I have put the caption at the end. And it is very easy. If you put caption before begin tabular, this is the \caption command. Your caption will be above the tabular, and in table 3 I am putting this caption command below the tabular. So my caption is under the table because this is actual table. The tabular command creates the actual table. As you can see here that I am putting ampersand before and at the end. There are two ampersand, therefore this table is a box shaped table, table number 3. Now this style is the best. This is called a professional style where you don't put lines between columns, you only put lines in the rows, and the horizontal line between the rows can be placed by using \h line, stands for horizontal line command in Latex. Now there is also these two backslashes, and it means we are telling Latex to move to the next line. You can put two lines simply by adding two commands. As you can see, if I put two successive \h line commands, two lines will be printed. So this is the actual way of making tables in Latex. Now if you want to merge cells, for example if you want to merge these two cells, I have a separate video on how to merge cells in a Latex table. I have given you a very good example of a large table where I have merged many cells. You can watch that video. And tables and figures are called floats in Latex. And floats mean that they cannot be broken half on one page and half on the other page. They must stay on a single page. So what LaTeX does is LaTeX tries to optimize the position of a table or figure. And this is the reason sometimes you don't see what you are expecting when you compile a LaTeX document into a PDF. You see that your figure is at the end of the page or at the top of the page because LaTeX is trying to optimize the position of the float. Now these are float specifiers and there are certain meanings to these specifiers. Lowercase h means that we are telling LaTeX to place the float approximately here where it exists in the code, but there is no guarantee it will put there. But if you use capital H, now you are telling LaTeX to place the float means table or figure, precisely here where it exists in the code. T means place the float at the top, B means at the bottom, and I means that we are telling LaTeX do not try to optimize the position of the float. And when we use multiple float specifiers, it means that we are offering multiple options to LaTeX compiler. First try to put here, otherwise at the top of the page. And now let me show you the website from where you can get a code. I do not recommend this normally, but the developers of this website have done a very good job. They have created a very neat and clean interface to generate code for LaTeX tables. The website is called tablesgenerator.com. First you can click on file and new table and you select the number of rows and number of columns and click create. Now you can start typing something here. Let's say I type 23 in this cell, 25 in this cell, 65 in this cell, and whatever I want. Once you have typed your table, now you have to format this. So let's say I want lines around all the cells. So I select all the cells. To select all cells, you put your cursor in the first cell, click and drag. Now I am dragging. Now I selected all the cells. Now I click on this icon, add all borders, and all borders will be added. Now if you want to merge cells, this is merge cell icon. Let's say I want to merge these two cells. I click here and I click on merge cells. Then I want to merge these two, merge cells. And this is one thing for which you might want to use this website, because merging is a little bit tricky sometimes if you have very large tables. You have to do some counting and then very carefully put. I have a separate video, as I mentioned, you can watch that video. If you only need a simple table, you can do that. You click on generate and it will generate the code for you. This is your code. So what I can do is I simply click on this button, big green button, copy to clipboard. Now I got this code copied to my clipboard. Now I go back to my LaTeX file, I right click and paste here, and then I simply compile my document and my table is here. Sometimes what happens is that you might want to put some background color or you want to change the text color. In that case, if you use this website, it will show you some message in this area in gray color that you need to use X color package. So let us do that. Let's say I want to change the background of this. So this is the background color selector. Click on that and I click green. And I want to change the text color of this cell. This is text color selected. I want red. Now I have changed my table, and now if I click generate, as you can see, it is showing me that I have to use a package X color. And now when I copy to clipboard, let me place after this, Control V, and now these are the commented lines, but this line I need. So I cut this line and I put it after this, as you normally put all the packages after your document class. This is called preamble area, after the first line and before the begin document. So any use package command which you get from the website, you have to cut from the code. Don't cut this %, because this % means that it is a comment. It will not affect the programming inside this. You can even delete all this. You don't need this. You simply need to know which package you need, and that was X color package. So now if I compile, it will be compiled correctly and it will show me this color background and change text color. And if I don't use this, it will show me error. So this is one thing you should take care when you are using some special features in your tables. So that is it for this video. I hope you like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and see you next time.